Hello everyone and welcome to BZ vs Uchihas. I'll be your caster for today. HeyZZy, let me just edit that real quick. Alright, at the top we have Luca and guide starting for Uchihas on the bottom. Alright, so we are already seeing blue eyes coming from the side of guide and Uchihas. Being forced to normal summon the stone and send it with a sage effect, so that will only result in one blue eyes to be summoned and one from the stone in the end phase. So certainly not the most ideal board you could make on turn 1 with blue eyes, but we will be seeing Onomats from the side of BZ sending the Go-Go-Go Glove, or rather Dodo Dwarf Go-Go-Go Glove. I love seeing those names. Activates the Onomata play, so returns any two Zubaba Gagaga Gogogo Dododo and adds two differently named Zubaba Gagaga Gogogo or Dododo. So reveals the draw that he actually just drew and Bolt, which he had in the hand, as the Buster and the Sister. So I would make a joke there, but I don't want to bust any sisters. I mean, what? Okay, so special summons the Buster. That way he does get the glove from the grave, which is actually pretty good. Well, actually, no, it's Gogo Glove's effect, rather. We'll go into the Malevolent Sin, though. Summons the Sister. Oh man, I still need to check some things. So excuse for the slight lack of casting. Kind of lost track of time while trying to set up for these 3 games, but yeah, Bouncer. And I guess that's it with the first game. So guide sadly not making much of an impact because of the bricks, I would assume. But let's see if they intend to do any repeat, perhaps. Okay, they will actually repeat. Yeah, so that will be first. Oh, wait. Okay. Now, Uchihas will actually repeat. So. Oh, they added this new screen. That's cool. So I see Luca didn't hit Master number 1. No shame in that because I also didn't. The moment I realized the event ended was at like 4 AM. So I wasn't intending on completing it at all. This time though, Luca goes first, so let's see what kind of board he could make against Blue Eyes. If he intends to make one, that is, because he's just gonna set one and pass. And we'll be coming with a bluffed Hatronade, but the Dragon Spirit of White will be summoned, getting rid of it, and even discarding a Blue Eyes. And adding only the alternative, so he actually started with Ancient Rules, Blue Eyes. Wait, what? Huh? He he added just the alternative, and I mean we saw two Blue Eyes. Yeah, that's a really sad misclick. and hopefully it doesn't lose the game on the spot, or at least tries to make it a bit more competitive. But revealing Gokogo Glove and Gagaga Wind, he will be adding the Gagaga Sister and the Zubaba Bancho Gagaga coat, while also having the Dorodo Buster. And that's, I think that should be game, solely due to already having the Bolt. It's already lethal just on the field. That's a really sad misclick, and with things like these, you don't know if it ends up really costing you the war from the get-go. And currently it's not looking pretty good for Uchihas that way. So Luca cementing his 2-0 start. And yeah, let's see who comes next from the side of Uchihas. Oh my god, I forgot how many things there are to keep track of while refereeing, streaming, casting. Wait, not Tio Kaiba, sorry. Guide went that way. Alright. Yeah, let's see who... I mean, Onomat's already going 2-0 is exactly what you want if you are BZ right now. BZ... Wait, let me have this graphic right there on the screen. So Uchihas is actually one of the more promising new teams that we have seen. I believe just last week they managed to 10-1 Phoenix, which, yeah, it's a really sad loss for Phoenix, but as their name suggests, they can and they will come back. BZ, on the other hand, is down 0-3, something that I don't think anyone expected, but in order to not sink down any lower, I think this is a must-win match for them. And yeah, let's see. So the next player will be Frozen from the side of Uchihas. Frozen. And already seeing once again a Blue Eyes. And yeah, with the skill, therefore confirming it. Let's put up Neo on this. Okay, never mind, it left. Interesting that he will be choosing to pass, because Blue Eyes are not entirely known for their ability to OTK. I think you would need a very specific hand of Melody and Ancient Rules to try to do that, or Ancient Rules, Blue Eyes, and Alternative. And the risk pays off for Luca there. 5 cards. Any Dodo draw? No, but it will be a Trunade. Welcome, welcome everyone to the game. I will have to mention that we have a couple games going on at the same time right now. As you can see in the chat, we have this one on the main channel. On Jumpy's channel, which is a new streamer which I recommend you to check, is Garuda vs Shadow Games Links. And on Mythiard's channel, there's Clockland vs Sensei. So make sure to tune in either one of those, either by directly going onto the stream or by the multi-Twitch link. Back to the game. So we have seen the skill to be used, return the head and the sister to get the coat and the sister. Sister getting the wind, coat, specialing, and yeah, that way he got to make Ptolemy M7. And with the wind, he has a pretty decent attack monster, like not a Mancer, but Mancer thankfully gets the Gagaga coat back from the grave. That way he has enough for lethal once again, so Blue Eyes really not paying the dividends there for Uchihas, just thus far. Even sets one more card. Yeah. So that will be it for Frozen's first deck. I'm not sure if you would like to repeat again though. Whenever they managed to go first, it just didn't pay off for the Blue Eyes. They didn't get up to set up that spirit. They just pretty much bricks, and that misclick could honestly cost the game there. But yeah, let's just hope that Uchihas can make that more more evenly matched. I really like this feature, honestly, because you can now tell at the very beginning of the match who's on the top and who's on the bottom. The punishing game, yeah, very well said actually. So Dororo draw to discard the Dororo Buster, Onoma to play, return any to Zubaba, to Gaga, to Go, to Dotodo, or any combination of both to add the same types of monsters. So you reveal the coat and the draw, second draw that is, and he adds one sister and one Mancer. Sorry. So sister added the bolt for a potential follow-up, I would assume. But does end up on the bouncer and the coat, using the Buster and the sister as materials. Hello everyone, welcome Frieza, welcome Mystic, welcome Vista, and all the others in the chat. Hello, hello. Those were pretty fast games, not gonna lie. Blue Eyes sadly not treating Uchihas the best way. Last time I actually checked Miguel's stream, he pronounced Uchihas as Uchihas. maybe I can do it like that as well. Uchihas, no. Bad misplay, no. Garuda played well. Was a bit funny. But yeah, did have the infantry and the diva, so that means two monsters for the Abyss Dweller. Uchihas. Yeah. I will refer to them as that. So there comes the Dweller. I think it's important to note that one of the cards is Bolt from the hand, and the other is Mancer, and did have the Necro Valley for the Mancer, so at least we now know that it's going to be pretty hard to get a second monster on the board. Can very well go for a board clear. Alright, so we know two cards are Bolt and Mancer. So soon as the Mancer comes, the pop will probably be saved for it. That way Necro Valley will still be on the field, and yeah. Although that way... Oh, Trinade. Was right off the top as well, I think. I'm unsure if it really does much though, because you still have the pop from the heavy infantry for the Mancer. That way your bolt coming from the side of Luca won't be able to affect the Necro Valley. Thus, that way you only have the bouncer. But At the very least, the Dweller should be gone by then, so you'll not have a lot of stuff to take care of, because there's only one unknown card in Frozen's hand, and he needs 2 monsters to try to come back, one of which should probably be heavy infantry for getting rid of the Bouncer. Alright, but let's the bolt go through. Chaining the infantry, that is pretty interesting. You would normally try to chain that on Mancer's summon, but I'm unsure if if he has a card that potentially locked his own graveyard, and he like purposely let the Necro Valley be destroyed. But yeah, as expected, the Dweller will be gone, and the Bouncer will stay up, so any Diva will not work. So right at the top we see another back row. We already know he has one more back row and potentially another monster. We will just have to wait and see. So we still don't know what the last card in Lucas' hand is, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, Buzzsaw Shark. Well, it will end up being negated, but that is actually not the worst monster you could have summoned there. It's still pretty big, and with 2 back row, with 1 Tornado already being used, very little chance for that second Tornado to come through. Now it's at the point in the duel where Onomats are kind of losing steam, but so are the Water Exceeds, just in the same position almost. I mean, we're pretty much at the point where we are in a top pit battle, and Lucas just going straight for the attack there. And it will go through. Yeah, unfortunately nothing to save the shark. You would have really wanted it this turn to try to get something out of it. So, see if we'll see any type of follow-up or a bigger push for lethal, maybe from the side of BZ's Luca. One back row. Luca has been setting those bluff spells or traps. I'm expecting this to also be one, or not, Caster's Curse. If you try to predict one play, it will happen. Sorry, no. If you predict something that should be happening based on a previous trend, it will not happen. Like, I could say right now BZ could be winning the 4th game, but they will not. That's Caster's Curse. Oh, tribute summon for the head that he actually had from the very first turn. And another interesting thing that I noticed last turn when heavy infantry was flipped face up is there was a very slight delay coming from Frozen. So he could have saved the head due to the back row, obviously. You wouldn't want to play into a TTH considering there is no trap in the grave. You would not want to play into a TTH. So he perfectly avoided that by solely using Bowser's high attack as the save point there. And even with such high attack, any lance wouldn't stop any kind of attack for a second monster for Frozen to be brought on. So yeah, we're already seeing quite the overextension from Luca, or rather safety warranty that lethal should be coming soon. And that is it. So Uchihas not in the best spot right now. Busy quite the lead for only an Onomat, a deck we haven't really seen at all recently, or we have seen it but just not performing well. Names that come to mind are Buns, for example, with a S, not with a Z. Hello Buns in the chat. Usually you would ride off the wave of Onomat going second and trying to sack you with a Tronade perhaps. And we have seen quite a few games from Luca where that actually happened. I don't think we have seen one game in which he didn't open Tronade. Maybe there was one, but I'm pretty sure that either Guide or Frozen didn't open any back row, so we are cool. Anyway, let's check the standings again. I want to see some of the RD. So Uchihas, Uchihas, actually won 9 RD the last week due to the Phoenix win, and Phoenix sadly lost 9 RD. So they were actually going pretty positive for a 1-1 team, but now it's gonna be pretty hard for them to climb up. Just like in BZ's case, minus 14 RD is pretty bad. Only 16 round win, so on average they won 5.3 out of their games in the past 3 weeks. That is not usually what you would expect from a team of BZ's caliber, but up 4-0 with Onomats especially, that is what you want to see if you are BZ. Is the game over? I mean, depending on your definition of over, yes or no. We have already seen 3 Blue Eyes, one of them being repeated, try to combat this Onomat, but Luca's just running loose. Okay, we have the next player. It's gonna be Tio Kaiba. With Blue Eyes. So once again, we will be seeing Blue Eyes to try to hopefully take this Onomat player down. So we will be seeing a draw yet again, discarding the Onomatopoeia. Adding the Bolt of the sister, Coat in the hand already, and yeah, that's a Bouncer. With 1 set as well. Sage, that's a good start if he's got perhaps another Sage in a hand. Or even Ancient Rules into Dragon Spirit of White could work. Oh, it was... he actually did have a tuner, so that's good to see. Another... he had 2 tuners. Okay, one was drawn, but... that's a lot of cards to cycle through. And there's the Ancient Rules. Will we be seeing a Dragon Spirit of White to perhaps force any back row? And if it is an Offerings... oh, it is a Dragon Spirit of White. So if it is Offerings, and he has a Blue Eyes, he could be swapping and going into it. It is an Offerings. Does he have a Blue Eyes? No, he does not. But he has the Melody. Discarding the last cards of Consonance. That's relieving to see if you are part of the Uchihas. Reveals it. Will be destroying that bouncer. Those were quite some draws, I think. I mean, he had to have the Ancient Rules into Dragon Spirit, I feel like. But if he already had the Blue Eyes in the hand, it would have been fine. But Melody's just as fine, honestly. Now, you get to pop 2 effects of the Ancient Stone, summoning 2 Blue Eyes from the deck, and yeah, with Spirit already being on the field for the first time this match in 4 Blue Eyes matches thus far, I don't think Onomats could be doing something about it, especially now with the draw phase being skipped. Nothing in the grave can help. Nothing in the hand presumably can help. That is truly what we call a gorilla hand. Gorilla hand being a absolutely godlike hand. The best hand you could ever dream of. Then again, he did draw pretty decently. Pretty well. Like, he had to have drawn that second tuner of the first cards of Consonance. Wait, what was his hand actually? So he had a Sage. He went second, by the way. So he had the Sage, he had 1 cards of Consonance, he had the second one, he had a tuner, and he had Ancient Rules. So I guess it was a pretty decent hand, but it did had to write off that second tuner to be drawn. Else he would have just passed on the Sage. I think at some point he also drew into the Dragon Spirit of White. Either that or he started with it, but that way he would have, I think he would have summoned it first and then activate the Sage. He bricked, I guess. He's really thinking for only 2 cards. Huh. Oh, it's because he already has Onomata play, alright. So he reveals the... okay, bolt and draw, yeah. Nothing you can do. You had to think of any type of play to try to combat this situation that Theos just put you in. Spirit will prove to be a really big thorn in the side. So he adds the head for 1. And the coat. So the head will be able to revive 2 monsters. Or 1. Alright, only 1. Is that a time limit? I think it's a time limit. Anyway. That will be it for the impressive start of Luca's Onomats. Can summon 2 monsters. Right. Always forgetting about that effect, even though it's a really relevant effect of Spirit. It comes up often pretty much, especially in the Ritual Beasts days. So finally, Uchihas up with 1 game. I believe Luca should now be on the bottom. Yeah, I love this feature, man. You can now tell just from the get-go who's on the top and who's on the bottom. Alright, let's see. We will have a Blue Eyes Mirror, so this is the 6th match? No. Well, it is the 6th game, but the 5th game overall from this match, in which we see Blue Eyes. So, Luca though, starting with 2 back row and only a Sage, and Tio Kaiba having the Ancient Runes into Dragon Spirit. Keep in mind, he could still tag out for a potential Blue Eyes, but not if it's against the Divine Wrath. Wow. And discards the stone for it as well. That's actually huge, unless he has a Sage in hand. Does he have a Sage in hand, or does Luca have another disruption? He has another disruption. Oh my god. I think that's game. Oh man, Uchihas just cannot catch a break. Like, what can you do now? You just have to hope that Luca doesn't top into pretty much anything. Like, Melody's game, I think. Any Blue Eyes' game. Okay, chooses to add. If he has another Blue Eyes, that is game. It is not, so Tio Kaiba gets to live 1 more turn. Let us see what kind of draw he has though, because needs to be something really good. And just a set isn't really what you want to see, especially against the Spirit, because the Spirit will just revive 1 Blue Eyes in the standby. So Luca going crazy. Already 5-1 and not even 40 minutes into the match. I guess we just have to acknowledge what types of hands the players have been getting from either side. Uchihas didn't get the most ideal Blue Eyes hands because no Spirit in any of the first 3 games. Only when they managed to get their first Spirit did they manage to win. And once again, no Spirit from the side of Uchihas. And just like that, Luca going first and setting up those crucial Divine Wrath and Karma Cut plays there. Just wasn't enough for Uchihas. But now, Tio presenting his presumably Sidras. I'm not quite sure if there's another deck that is ran on Zane. But there we go, we have cards of consonants used before Sage. That is really interesting. I haven't caught up if the Sage was drawn off the cards, but he would ideally want to search first. Let's see. So once again we have 2 sets with 2 cards in hand. Let us see. Any type of good going second hand. So there is one Cosmic Cyclone activated on the Divine Red. That is very good to see if you have a core. And there it is. Go, Cyber Dragon core. Snake is on the field. Searching the overflow. So does this mean he doesn't have any other combo piece? Looks like so, and doesn't even try to go for the Sage attack. Not like it would matter in the grand scheme of things, considering that that it got Karma Cut, which in turn he managed to summon a Dragon Spirit of White straight from the deck to banish one offerings. He's gonna need a lot of. He's gonna need two Cyber Dragons in hand. There's no way around it, I think. Overflow, which is dead, by the way. That is really sad to see. Yeah, there's the Uchihas just cannot catch a break right now. They're really breaking. Yeah. All right. So gonna remind you that we do have 2 other games going up at this moment in time. One of which is Garuda vs Shadow Games Links, streamed by aka_Jumpy with a Y at the end. His first game, make sure to check it out. Both of the teams being pretty good, Garuda and Shadow Games Links. Shadow Games Links obviously being one of the newcomer teams, just like Uchihas. And the other game is Claw Clan vs Sensei, 2 of the Eastern teams battling off right now. For a chance to cement their place in the division even further. Especially if you're Claw Clan, because if I remember correctly, they were towards the bottom of their division. 1 and 2 though. So not entirely an 0-3 like a BZ's. But the way it's looking right now, BZ's set up for a victory, I think so. 6 and 1, 4 of them by the Onomat player. It's just the sad reality of breaking, especially when it matters the most as the Blue Eyes player. So next up we will have Insert coming from the side of Uchihas. With seemingly Water and Luca going first. Up until this point, Luca has managed to make only one, I think, Spirit on the first turn, if any. Does have the Sage, does have the cards of Consonance, so it's looking more and more likely that he could be summoning a Blue Eyes. Not on his main phase though, for a Synchro Summon, but in the end phase. So there we will have a Blue Eyes. Well, it's still a Blue Eyes, right? Card is always treated as a Blue Eyes card. Let us see what kind of hand Insert can deliver us with. We have noted Luca's back row to not be anything of the caliber of Book of Moon or TDH, like we have previously seen being very popular in the last week. cementing Blue Eyes' place as the most played deck within that past week, with the highest win rate as well. Marksman, that is well, it still kind of dies to both Karma Cut and Divine right there if you are to activate Marksman's effect once you swing into Sage. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to that way, considering that you could be losing to just one white stone. But the problem with that is that he chose to go into Dragon Spirit, so that already tells me that he doesn't have another stone in hand. Does have the Angler though, so at the very least Marksman isn't forced to just go for it for the Sage. It is interesting to see, because this basically telegraphs that Luca's back row should probably be one Divine Wrath, I feel like. Knowing that, he goes straight for the Dragon Spirit of White, which I'm assuming it would tag out if you had the possibility to. That way you put one material for the Stone in the Grave to add, as well as you don't get your Dragon Spirit destroyed. This way he has to swing for the tuner. Looking not the worst for Uchihas right now. 2 back row. We could always be seeing that TDH as soon as the tuner is summoned, or a Book of Moon perhaps to book off the tuner. And still, the problem remains the Divine Wrath. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, did I mention any kind of problem? I already forgot what problem I was talking about. Does anyone remember what I was talking about? Because I think Uchihas are winning. There's still one slight thing still going for Luca there, is that this has to be a Divine Wrath at this point, unless it's another back row that we haven't seen this match thus far from Luca. So he does have that going for it if Woven's effect activates. The issue with that is that Divine Wrath still destroys by battle, or card effect rather. Wait, never mind, I think it loses timing. Yeah, it loses timing. The first one on the chain link is Woven, and then you negate, and that way you destroy the Woven on chain link 2. So he has to TTH there in order to not make his Woven miss timing. And we haven't seen any delay, so I'm pretty sure it is actually... Yeah, there's a Divine Wrath. So now, all Insert has to do is get that Diva out. Will we see it for the second time in this duel? No, but he does have another monster for lethal. Oh, he had to get that monster, in fact. But yeah, that is it for Luca's pretty good win streak. Oh, not 12, sorry, 2. Pretty good first run. Let me edit as quick as possible. Need to make sure that everything is running good. Uchihas. No misplay, Uchihas. Busy play, very good. Unlucky bricks. It is what it is. Unsure if many of you did manage to read through BZ's potential lineup, but if you have Luca on your fantasy league team, you're cashing in right now on the points. But nonetheless, we have the next player already coming from the side of BZ, which will be none other than Sakura. Let us see what counter they would be sending in against water. Yummy Yugi going second, so 20 cards, not 30. I'm unsure what kind of deck we could be seeing from the side of Sakura. Ooh, is that a stick? We have a stick and chair, but Chain will say no to the search. There's a chair though. Draws one. Has another chair. Oh well. Who needs to search, am I right, guys? Has the Book of Moon, thankfully, for one of the chairs. And the banishment, oh my god. Well, currently there's no board space for it, but you could just very well, I don't know, search the Sanctified. That way, if you have a Dark Lord in hand, you can just negate that Diva or the infantry. Provided that the set card isn't a Mystical Space Typhoon. So there's the Sanctified. Does he also have Eggshell? One set, and that is it. So there's the face down Sanctified and a bit of battle damage. No potential MST. Well, let's see. Right off the top, we will be seeing a heavy infantry. Obviously, we'll be getting Sanctified. What do you have there, Sakura, to send? Tez. Gains 0 life points. Stonks. Oh, there's the Angler. Wasn't even needed. Angler had to be the only card he could have drawn to make any kind of Xyz plays. There's the Hope Woven. goes for the chair. That's 18. Looking pretty decent for Uchihas. Oh, draw sense spawn trap. That means either sanctified, sorry, not sanctified, banishment or contact. There's a step. Oh my god, man. Sakura, how many star serves did you draw? At the very least, he's able to make a rank 2. Sorry, a rank 4 with 2 materials. Not with the TTH though. Still, we haven't seen what Sakura has drawn from that draw and spawn trap, so it could very well be making space for any kind of Dark Lord to come to the field. There's the banishment, adding the contact, so there's that revive for the Tez, which will in turn search for another Dark Lord. Or Endusk could even be used to grab that contact. Well, you drop the contact to add the contact, but that way you get the contact loop going and you get the second Dark Lord onto the field. That way you can both search and negate this turn, if needed. Well, not negate, but since it activates into the graveyard, but at the very least you negate the woven effect for lethal there. Just gaining those life points. Yeah, I didn't even actually pay attention to the life points. You can only do one Dark Lord effect, which will be sanctified, so. Ooh, going for battle. Okay. Really thinking about it, but not sure from which of the two that thinking comes from. I think for Sakura it's pretty obvious that he has to activate Sanctified there. (26). There's a negate, and there's a potential pop. Unless banishment, search, or no. Still will be able to go through if he chooses to, unless he goes for the Tez, considering he does get to have a replay of the battle, but instead, really well played there. Opted exactly for the chair, solely because it still puts Sakura down to 1000 life points. That is really good. He has to now have the third banishment to, I mean, all you have to do is not draw into contact there, and he drew into contact. Oh no. Yeah, that is the one draw you really wouldn't want it. The only draw that doesn't get you to the Sanctified in order to gain more life points. So that way, you still get to live solely by playing defensively if you're Sakura there. Any Uchihas fan in the chat? Or any BZ fans in the chat? Me. Enemies. insert. Looking to insert his woven into the Tez, if you know what I mean. Looking good still. Still has to play the top deck game. Sakura could still hope to see. Alright, is that the Sanctify there or not? Did he just top it right after? Right, we will be seeing that Diva. So now it's yeah, it's really hard to try to do anything, considering that even if the set is sanctified, you still have the quick play pop for the Dweller from the Dweller with the heavy infantry. So and it goes through unless we see a Sanctify there. If he has it, yes he does. So he will be able to gain at the very least 31. And still the problem with that is you still get to be on just 1000 life points unless he oh no, never mind, I cannot count. Yeah, so it's lethal. And there we go. Uchihas. Uchihas. 6 and 3. Nossa. Very nossa. Let me see if I can also get the meta analysis. I want to put that on the screen after. Let me try and do that. Oh, they're already starting. Oh, I need to be fast about it. Formation, meta analysis 2. Wait a moment, boys. Okay. There we go. So, Necro Valley, turn 1 from insert. Inserting the Necro Valley onto the field. Pause, champ. Yeah, interesting to know that it could be either deck that usually plays Yuma, either due to Onomata play or level duplication. 21 cards is usually, I believe, pretty rare for a Thunder Dragon player, though, from what I've seen from winning deck lists for DLM, for example. And just as a starter for Luca, who did manage to go 4-1 with the Onomat deck, he did run 21 cards. So it's probably not uncommon for Sakura to also be running that. Oh, there's a delay for the Dark. So it is Thunder Dragons actually. 21 cards Thunder Dragons. Really interesting. But that means that Necro Valley is just ouch. It's gonna be really hard to try to to have any chance against it, honestly. Oh, Gold Sark. Really interesting. That means no no Lightsworn engine, which probably could indicate the presence of the the Sark build, exactly. So we could be seeing the OG Thunder Dragons, which in turn could mean that we could see an out to Necro Valley. If two level 5s are on the field. Will we see that this turn though? Considering that Insert does have another back row. So there's the OG. Tribute summons for Dark. Melody. Discarding Levy. Oh my god. He has MSC. Huh? What? Okay. And that way he has exactly 3 monsters in the grave for the Levy, which will pop, and Dark will add 1 monster. TDH though. TDH ruins the dreams. We'll be able to target both of Sakura's monsters, and that way Sakura won't be able to OTK this turn. But still feels like Sakura is in a better position now. There's the roar. Oh, never mind. It was an OTK. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Uchihas. So Insert will be switching to the second deck momentarily. While that happens, I want to show you this. Hopefully it's okay. Nice. So this is the meta-analysis for the last week. We have seen that Blue Eyes was actually one of the most played decks, if it was the most played deck, and only Water Exist comes close to it. But the issue is Blue Eyes has also had a lot of mirrors, 14 of them, so, or 7. I'm actually not quite sure how you're supposed to read that, but I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I don't read. We have seen a lot of Blue Eyes already in this match, coming from the side of Uchihas especially, and didn't manage to turn into wins, but Onomat did have a pretty decent start, so just make sure not to discount that kind of stuff. Okay, back to the game. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Okay, now we are back to the game. So Insert with with Zane there, going second against Pass. Oh, Fusion Gate right off the top. Will we see any Cyber Dragon Core, or perhaps a Fusion support? Yeah. Is this game? Core. Yeah, I think this is game. That's game, Gabe. Could honestly just go for end right there. Well, actually you don't. I don't know how to play this deck, man. Don't count on me for that one. Yeah, there's the Rampage Mill. Gonna be able to attack 3 times. So, there's a second Fusion Gate. Let's have one Cyber Dragon name in the graveyard and one on the field, so he could be making a twin. Does do so. And that should be game through one Sphere Kuriboh, at the very least. There's a small delay. Probably from the Cyberload Fusion, unless a Sphere Kuriboh. Oh, okay. This tells me Sakura doesn't have the Sphere Kuriboh. If he, yeah, that's just how Cyber Dragons roll. Uchihas. At the very least, having that fourth win right there. Let us see if Mikasa, Doctor 1000 will be able to try to get off these last 3 wins for BZ. As we know, BZ is very desperate for a win right now. They are... Okay, the next match already started, damn. Just wanted to explain that BZ desperately needs the win because they're 0-3, but nonetheless, Mikasa... No. I keep forgetting to click out of that scenes thingy. Okay, so we have Mikasa on the bottom. Okay, with Dark Lords, we see Superbia. Very interesting. You don't often see Superbia in stick and chair builds, I think, but I'm not quite sure. Nonetheless, the draws didn't pay off because we haven't seen any stick nor chair, and the Storm to come for the set card. Book of Moon has the fusion support. Any cores in the chat? No, will be a fusion gate, so basically same thing. And there you go. That's game, Gabe. Press F, boys. F to pay respects to absolutely no play whatsoever after an Ixchel draw. F. There's the Rampage. So Shishas really looking to come back from that awful start of 6-1, I believe. It was at one point. Just coming from Luca alone. And there you have it. There will be a repeat actually. Okay. Repeat 1 and 2 for BC. So yeah, we will be seeing a repeat for that Dark Lord versus Cyber Dragon matchup. I believe it is geared a bit towards Dark Lords, but it just happened for the bricks to come. No stranger to bricks though. Uchihas did brick a lot of the time in the first few games, not managing to do any kind of play through a Spirit Dragon perhaps. Nonetheless, this time Mikasa's going second. So insert should be looking to try to set up that that overflow, that CC I think he's running, right? Or was it Tio earlier? I think it was Tio that ran the CC. Two set cards, okay. There's the stick, there's the chair, and there you go. Not much to say there. Currently set to be looking for the rank 4 with 3 materials, unless there's a back route to stop it, which there is in the form of Book of Moon. Because obviously opting to summoning defense. And yeah, that's pretty much the best card insert could have hoped for. This way you don't have that innate threat of Dark Lords being so big of monsters. And yeah, you could honestly also opt for for a Cyber End Dragon to put your opponent's life points down below 1000. Nonetheless, we see Banishment to search that Sanctified for the core. So, or for a Rampage. So still, Mikasa is in the worst position possible. Reminding that in the bottom left corner of the overlay, we have the info box with the YouTube, sub, Twitter, and Discord commands. Make sure to check the YouTube out. Currently, we have no videos, but we will start putting out videos soon as the team owners communicate to us their team descriptions. Once that is done, every single VOD will be available on YouTube. So we will be seeing Storm to force off that Sanctify there. Thankfully, it was a chainable in the form of fusion support. That means that he will have the Cyber Style live. And if he's got a core or a fusion gate, yep, this would have been the best time to get them. So it's probably lethal, right? Like, you have the fusion gate, you have one fusion support effect, and there's no Sanctify to worry about. No lethal. Lethal, yes. Okay, guys. I mean, 48. Lethal. Okay, we have 2 lethal, 1 no lethal, so it's gonna be lethal, I guess. Yeah, core will cement that lethal 100%, I think. Yeah, he had a very good setup, honestly. The Book of Moon to block off that scepter, and that way you just clog your opponent's monster zones. And he had a Storm with the fusion support chainable. It's exactly what you want to see. People in tournaments never break with Sidras. That is correct. We was never breaking with Sidras. And just like that, it's already 7 and 6. It's only been 1 hour, guys. It's only been 1 hour and a couple minutes. and it's already at the point where it could be honestly up to around 2 hours and a bit into the war. Insert really putting in the work for Uchihas. Let's go. Or should I say go, Cyber Dragon Core. While we are waiting for the next player to be joining from BZ, I'm gonna remind again of the commands in the bottom left of your screen, YouTube and sub and Twitter and Discord. Make sure to check the Discord out. There's a lot of info there about Team Wars, more general that I cannot really explain on stream from the get-go. YouTube as well will be up and running pretty soon. Okay, we have the next player, which will be Doctor, saving the best for last, I believe, with 1000 there. Yami Yugi. Alright. We have seen previously from Sakura, Yami Yugi draws and spell and trap, but 25 cards with Yami Yugi. Not the usual Dark Lords card count we would be seeing. But Doctor will be going second, so Insert once again has to make sure that he will be getting the best out of his board. He was suggesting that Fire Teams are still a thing, and that is very true. Set 3. Very interesting. We have seen Book of Moon being ran from Insert. There's the Ganesh, not Ganesh, Arvada. I'm really used to its OCG name for some reason. Always calling it Ganesha. I mean, it's literally Ganesha, like the Hindu god. So, but Ganesha Pass is not not what you want to see. But I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt to Doctor and say that he does have the hand traps to support the Arvada. 1800. Nossa. Support book Fusion Gate one time. Let's see. Pass. Alright. This already tells us that he already has a Book of Moon for a potential other level 4 monster. Uchihas comeback, yes. Five Veil in the hand. Could very well be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got quite the load of hand traps in his hand. But does he have a level 4 to try to force the lethal there? Or force a Book of Moon? Let's see what our Menino Insert has gotten as well. Doctor there, thinking, yeah, going for the second Arvada. Switching into defense, really interesting. Don't know what to think of that exactly, considering he didn't swing. You would usually play around drowning by switching on to defense, yes, but you would also swing on that same turn. Interesting to see that. So there's core. Obviously will be negated. So if he did have a Bukamon, sadly won't be working. Barong. So not the Garunix at the very least, but tells me that he would be getting searching anyway for next turn, on Doctor's turn rather, for the Garunix. I think Insert is pressured to win on this turn, honestly. Arvadas are live as far as their graveyard effect is concerned. Okay. Opts not to go for any kind of fusion. We'll be playing the longer game. Baron gets searching, probably for the Fire King Island, unless he wants the Garunix directly. Let us see what he is going to search off that Baron. Thinking about it. Yeah, I do think it comes down to either Island and him not having any back row removal, or just Garunix and trying to play around that potential back row removal, but we have seen Insert run Storm instead of CC like Tio showed us earlier, so there's the Island in the end. If it goes through, it's gonna be adding the Garunix, most likely. Could even opt to destroy his own Arvada on the field, honestly, to get another search with the Baron. But there we go, we do see the Overflow activated. So there was back removal in the end, in the form of Overflow. Does destroy the Arvada, no search that way, unless from the Baron. Although I'm not sure if he would swing. Anyway, yeah, he wouldn't. And that is it. Core. Once again. Cyberload Fusion. Okay. So, yeah. This is Insert's last turn, most likely. We need to see just how many hand traps Doctor has. Ooh, goes for a Cyberload. That's 3 Cyber Dragons. Do you go for End there? Goes for End. This means that it plays around the Veil, But there's still Kite Roy to take care of. So there's the Kite. And thankfully, there's no Garunix to get rid of the end. Sadly, for the Uchihas fans out there, you know there's a lot of them. No. Sadly, there was a head trap. And Onslaught. Oh no. It's gonna be very hard to win after the Onslaught, getting the Garunix out. Only thing you could do is delay the inevitable by... not even, honestly. I was just gonna mention that maybe a Book of Moon could help put that Garunix face down so it doesn't pop itself. But now with the second island, yeah, overflow. Yeah, the OG in hand as well. One set. Yeah. It's gonna be incredibly difficult now to try to come back. At this point, I think it is a lost game. Garunix can float into the last Arvada. Arvada just floats back into Garunix. And you still have Kite Ray to worry about, so... Both overflows gone, so it's only... Drowning. Wow. Still, Book of Moon for it, but... Doctor did try earlier to play around drowning. Maybe he didn't know. Alright. So finally BZ manages to win another game and knocks off Insert. So it's ultimately down to the very last player from Uchihas, Diadema. Right, back under the table should Diadema be. And we're off to start anytime now. All right. Off to starting. We'll probably be seeing water. There's no really other character that runs Shark right now. Heavy infantry into the chain. Okay, let's see. Chain, I think, is a card with its ups and downs, honestly. Solely because yes, you could set up that Diva draw next turn, but you could also set 3 bricks, or set 3 pretty good cards, but probably in the incorrect order depending on what your opponent has. So it's especially a risk if you go first, I feel like. We will see it alongside Necro Valley though, so is it maybe too early to say game over? Diva Dema, don't open Diva. Yeah. Well, honestly, Doctor's only out could probably be just the MST there. 25 cards. Who knows just in how many instances you really get to have the MST. And if he did have the MST, I don't think he would have used books, so. Lance, alright. That's only 14, however. So it's sufficiently low attack for any level 4 to get over it. Unless, of course, we are... Okay. So Barong could get over it, forcing, pretty sure, the heavy infantry effect. There's the Abyss Blower effect. We'll be prompting, oh, Barrel from the hand. Alright, that means that he will still get a search off the Barong, so it's the best case scenario for Doctor there. But let's not forget, Chain was one of the 2 components for the XC summon. 1 material for the overlay. That means that he knows what this card is that he just drew. Could he have predicted potentially that his Abyss Dweller would not stay up? Did he get perhaps a win more card in this instance? Or did he get a backup in the form of a Diva? In the form of... I don't know. For all we know, he could have gotten a Marksman for that 1900 attack, but no, he does have another chain. This this sadly tells me that maybe he doesn't have the most ideal cards for the next 2, so he's hoping to try to get a 3rd card into the mix in the form of potential Diva. 15 cards, 3 Diva remaining. That's pretty high chance, I think. Let me Google it. How high of a chance it really is. Yu-Gi-Oh! Probability card rate 15. Hand size 3. Diva. It's a 51% chance to get a Diva after this chain effect. Unless we are talking that because he didn't stack Diva and he stacked Chain, we could probably assume that he doesn't have a Diva in the top 2 cards. So in that case, it will be only a 20% chance to get Diva off the 3rd card. Insert in the chat doing what he could. Indeed, 5 and 2 is honestly really good. At the very least, you it was at 1.6 and 1. Let's not forget. So it looked very one-sided, but Insert managed to turn it upside down and make it more competitive. However, Doctor's Fire Kings came in at a point in the war where you don't have a lot of counters left for it. They only had pretty much a Water Xyz deck to select, which even in itself is, in my opinion, it's not the most one-sided matchup for water. As we can see, there was no Diva, and Chain didn't really do the best of things there. Doctor has been thinking for a while though, so it's concerning a bit on the side of the timer, but he does choose to go into a rank 4, which will be Diamond Direwolf. Oh my god. One of the only outs to Necro Valley. And there you have it. Onslaught will be able to activate, getting out the Garunix. Normal Summon already has been used. I'm not expecting any Fire King Island plays. Garunix will destroy by battle. Will Suicide in the end phase. And will be summoned back, so this one card right there has to be Diva. And even then, if it's Diva, yeah, it's not a guaranteed win because of these two having the potential to be hand traps. Infantry, yes, it deals with Garunix, or Woven deals with Garunix, but next turn you still have another Arvada to take care of. You still have a potential hand trap to take care of. No Diva. At this point, yeah, I think Doctor has got another win with Fire Kings. I don't think any kind of back row could really save the Adema right there. Could this be the stop to Uchiha's comeback attempt? Fiendish for the Arvada. Do note that the Adema does know the next two cards he will draw, so because he didn't surrender yet, we could honestly be seeing there's still a chance for a Diva, really. Although I'm kind of skeptical. Baron to be revived for another next turn search, and another back row for the Adema. Really not looking good for him nor Uchihas. Uchihas, no. A lot of bricks this match for them in the first few duels, where they used a lot of Blue Eyes, which could have very well helped now, honestly. But yeah, that is game. No Diva Demo for now. And it's now at the point where it is match point. Okay, and we will be seeing a repeat for Uchihas. So they're really putting in everything on the line on this water Xyz to try to grab another win at the very least, if not the whole match. We all know how much water Xyz could streak. In fact, we could actually see that right now on the screen right now. It has a really big win rate against Fire Kings as of last week. So it is the most ideal counter, I would say, for Fire Kings. But ultimately, Blue Eyes could have also been used as one, and sadly it just wasn't meant to be due to the early bricks inside the match. So we will be seeing that repeat come through. Doctor going first. Does have the Fire King Island and the Baron. It's exactly what you want to see going first, not the Not the Bricks Garunix or the Bricks Onslaught. No back row though. Baron should be searching for that Garunix. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, there's the infantry. Chain. Chain didn't pay off in the last game, but maybe this game he could be setting up for that Diva demo. Yeah, Luca straight in the... He managed to go 6-1 at one point, 4 of those being with Onomats against 3 Blue Eyes. One of them being a repeat as well. And then Insert climbed back with his own Blue Eyes and the combination of Cyber Dragons as well. There's the Abyss Dweller. We very well know that... oh well, never mind. Diva Dema. More like Necro Valley Dema. I'm actually still how do you say it? Okay, there's a veil. We know that there is a veil from Doctor due to this really big delay before destroying the monster, so that is public information, I believe. Arvada will be negated, so no Barong search again. So there's a veil. That's really interesting. Although what's even more interesting and even a problem for Doctor, in fact, would be in Necro Valley. Must be looking for another Arvada for gathering sufficient materials for a rank 4 in the form of Diamond Direwolf is the best bet there. If he doesn't have any type of back row removal. I believe some Fire King decks run MST due to the fact that yeah, you cannot run CC and Veil at 3 to more than 3 together. So you could potentially run a 3 Veil, 3 MST and offset that need for back row removal. There's the Onslaught, so there's one level 4. If he has another level 4, he could still go for that Diamond Direwolf to get rid of the Necro Valley. That way he would still have Fire King Island active to pop his own Garunix from the hand. There's one Garunix though on the field, so he's looking to try to get rid of that Dweller, be it by destroying by battle or just having it pop the Garunix. But that's the thing, you're giving up one Garunix right now, and Arvada doesn't work either for any type of revival. So I think the biggest issue is is Diva Dema's back row. Infantry should probably be looking to pop the island. Never mind, because this, or yeah, I guess you can leave the island up. Garunix, nope. Marksman, that's a really good card to get there. Fully knowing that Doctor has a Veil in hand. The issue is Doctor has a Veil in hand. That way you are giving him Destiny Draw. So there's a Marksman effect to be chained by Veil. Should be looking to get the attack squad out. There's also a plus with summoning the attack squad now, is that potentially if there's no second Veil, it turns off the CC if Doctor does run it. Any Veil? No, there is no Veil, but there is a Destiny Draw. Really wondering what you Destiny Draw into, because the situation is now at a point where you have run out of cards pretty much to try to deal with the Necro Valley, and you cannot draw into CC. You can draw into MST, sure, but you still have to have another type of follow-up from through that back row. For all we know, Diva Dema does run chain, so there's a Garunix to be special summoned. That would be his second. One set card. So I suppose now you are hoping for the best by trying to deal with, I guess, the Marksman by battle. Going for the Marksman, indicating that he doesn't want this card to be destroyed, which ultimately could mean that Doctor could be playing Johnny Mirror Force. Nonetheless, the finish chain will stop that, which means that if he chooses to go into a Hope Woven, for example, I think that's what you go into to go for lethal directly without the worry of a Veil or a Kytroid. Go for that, and yeah, honestly, that Necro Valley did make or break. There's the Hope Woven. Oh, it was a Book of Moon actually. Actually really interesting, because now never mind, lands. From the hand, by the way, not from the field, so that was again set up by the chain. Or no, never mind. Marksman did search the Atlantean attack squad, so it wasn't stacked. Although, yeah, because of the lance, it's not lethal. So There's still the worry of a direct attack Hydroid. Well, there's also the Garunix float, obviously. Yeah, that lance was pretty sad. Still, no major worries in the end. You still have the Dweller to disable any type of effect really that activates from the graveyard. If Necro Valley is to go away, no Destiny Draw, so these cards are what he has to work with in tandem with Fire King Island. Yeah, that is true. But I think he probably wanted to play it even more safe and not play into a Kite perhaps. But at this point, I don't know. Nonetheless, Hope Woven. Effect 4 game. And yeah, 9 and 7. Uchihas. Uchihas. Let's go. Diadema still on 0 Diva activations, so no Diva Dema. But guess how many of other cards he activated? Yes, that is right. 2 Necro Valley in 2 games. Necro Valley Emma. Necro Valley Dema. Nah, I can pronounce Uchiha. It's just I watched Miguel Joker stream an Uchiha game, and he was referring to them as Uchihas, and for some reason it just stuck in my mind. The chat also calls them with X, Uchihas. But yeah. Uchihas, Uchihas, Shishas. There's a place near me called Shisha, and they have hookahs. Not to be confused with hookers. Ushisha Diva Dema. Let's see. No. Speaking of Diva Dema, no Diva, but yeah. This time, Doctor still on the Yami Yugi character, 20 cards. We have seen, what's it called? Oh my god, never mind. I was gonna say, we have seen earlier Dross and Spell and Trap Dark Lords. Maybe we could have seen Lunas, but no. It is Weather Painters, and I think this is what you call a pretty ideal hand. Well, not really. I suppose you want Snow, but I don't think it matters honestly because he has the Cloudy as well. So in Brazil we'll call them Uchihas, but in Portugal they are Uchihas. So it's kind of a meme in Brazil called Uchihas. Yes, that's a really good explanation. I'm personally not from Brazil or Portugal. I'm actually from Romania. So, yeah, exactly. Because of Miguel. I don't know. It's a pretty cool name. Uchihas. Yeah. So in the end phase, he will be searching for the snow. Meaning that he will be getting that thundery canvas. And that way you try to deal with the monsters. Issue with that is, oh, is that a Diva Dema? There we go. Honestly, isn't this just game if there is no potential hand trap? I think right there you try to push for a game. Let us see. Yeah, so he is indeed trying to make the push for game. Activating the Dweller, that's interesting. Surely you target one of the back rows, probably the Cloudy. I don't even know if you target a Cloudy though. I mean, Doctor already has a Snow in hand, and he can use that to put the Thundery up. Targets the monster, okay. I don't think that's that would be the best hit. Because I think in any type of case, you should be targeting the Cloudy, I think. But it was Snowy's effect that activated instead, which already telegraphs to us that he has hand traps, like 100%. Will it be a Kytroid? Usually they're running, yeah, the Kytroid. Unfortunate. Reminder that we have games going up at the same time. This one on this channel that is ought to end pretty soon. As in, yeah, the scoreline is towards the end of the game, not that this game is anytime soon. It's only been 2 hours anyway, so there's that. There's also on Meteor's channel, we have Claw Clan versus Sensei, which I believe is also pretty evenly matched. Claw Clan 6, Sensei 7. 2 Eastern teams, one from Japanese, the latter from Korea, South Korea. And we also have another pretty hype match between Bricks and Potatoes and Modern Empire, streamed by Dark, also called Duel Links Lounge on his channel, co-casted with Mini Mizek, so make sure to check either of those out after this game ends. And in 1 hour as well, we will have Rookies versus X0. Both teams are really good. Will be streamed on the main channel, so make sure to be tuned in for that. While this was going, Snow directly put the Thundery canvas. Now a heavy infantry pop would have been very ideal to not have your Diva, not have your Dweller just be returned to the ED, because then Cloudy will activate, and that way you can get over the marksman. But there's a Chalice. It is not in the damage step. Do note that. So could still try to dodge this Chalice with either Cloudy or Snowy. That is a really good Chalice, actually, the more I think about it, because Thunder is set to the leftmost spell entrap zone, so Snow is actually unable to get rid of either of the monsters, really, because now, yeah, you have to banish the Snow with the Cloudy to try to get rid of the Dweller this way. in the end, the point that I'm trying to make is you still end up with at least one monster on the field on side of the Adema. Still a really big issue, that Thundery though. So should be looking to try to get the heavy infantry yet again. And hopefully not pop or attempt to pop really the Thunder. Because he didn't pop Cloudy, he did manage to have his Abyss Dweller destroyed right there. Right. There's also the Kite Raid in the grave, so any type of push for lethal will just be disabled. Unless, of course, there's the second Dweller wouldn't just get destroyed, or the honestly, not just the Dweller, like you can even return the Dweller, and at one point you would run out of monsters to try to summon Dweller with. Reminder, another match from 20 minutes ago, Garuda versus Shadow Games Links, actually ended up with 10-3 in the favor of Garuda. And the match report also has been posted, and we can see Avis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins with Blue Eyes. So yeah, Blue Eyes already pretty good. Oh, he attacked. You would not attack in that instance though, because you fear for the Cloudy, but Doctor just used that misplay, we can call it that, to just add Cloud to the hand. Not like it honestly matters in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, any third Weather Painter monster would have been it. Cloudy effect, get some more damage chipped in. Treacherous Trap Hole. At the very least, we'll be able to get rid of one Thunder monster. Oh. Oh my god, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, he could just Cloudy again. Man, this deck is something else. Yeah. Honestly, not like it matters in the grand scheme of things. Still 3 monsters. There's... At this point, I don't know. I'm just still wondering if that misclick from the very beginning of the match ended up costing Uchihas the game. When he activated Melody and he added only alternative and not Blue Eyes as well. If he added Blue Eyes, it was game. And then Onomats would have been stopped and wouldn't have gone 4-1. So we could call it an avalanche or the butterfly effect. Small little action that ends up having extreme ramifications later on. Diddy Crow, okay. Man, Doctor, come on. He's already dead. He banished the wrong one. Oh my god. Never mind. No Diddy Crow. we were surprised to see it go off and actually be good for once, but it was wrong infantry. Not like it matters in the grand scheme of things, because one of the rightmost weather painters will just have the effect of not the effect of attack of yeah. It's not much to be done there. It's a done deal. Hello, Jumpy. It's been quite the game. We have seen one-sided streaks from either of the teams. First off, coming from Luca, mainly with Onomats, 4-1. That's certainly a scoreline. And as well from the side of Uchihas with inserts, combination of Blue Eyes and Cyber Dragons. Yeah, it is looking like game pretty soon. The last Cloudy effect, 238 attack for 1462 lethal, match win for BZ. Their first win thus far. And it was mainly thanks to Luca's heroics from the beginning. To put BZ in a really good position, and sadly we did see quite a lot of breaks as well from the Uchihas. So F's in the chat for Uchihas. Now down 2-2, I believe, with 6 RD, and BZ now at the very least with a win on the board. Doesn't really matter what kind of RD you get, even though you have -11 now. At the very least, it's a win, a much needed win for BZ. If BZ were to go XM4 by week 4, who knows? That's already pretty much the benchmark for trying to make playoffs. They would have had to win the next 6 matches in a row. So GG's to everyone. And yeah, still a really good game, even though one-sided on 2 separate occasions. Okay, so I believe that should be it for this game. Make sure to check in the bottom left the YouTube especially. We will put out YouTube content as soon as possible, as soon as teams let us know their team descriptions. That is just all we need left. And make sure to also drop a follow if you are not already followed, if not a sub. Make sure to follow Twitter as well as the Twitch. Be always up to date with information in regards to Team Wars. And yeah, let's look out for... I think we can raid the Duel Links launch because his match is the newest. So thank you once again everyone for coming in, and peace out.